Pressure mounts on holdout Democrats with 1 day left to support net neutrality. The deadline is tomorrow, you guys. Friday, December 21st is the deadline. By the time you see this clip, it might already be Friday, December 21st. So take a look at this from Common Dreams. Pressure mounts on holdout Democrats with 1 day left to support net neutrality. Pressure is reaching a boiling point as internet users continue sounding the alarm ahead of the deadline for members of Congress to show they support real net neutrality protections by signing on to the discharge petition for the CRA resolution to reverse the FCC's repeal. Now, the CRA is the Congressional Review Act that overturns something the FCC did. In this case, they would be overturning the net neutrality repeal. Representative Brenda Jones, who won a special election to succeed John Conyers in Michigan, just became the latest House rep to sign on. Her name appears next to Representative Mary Gay Scanlon of PA, who has now officially signed on to discharge the petition after facing a flurry of angry phone calls and messages from constituents. So it looks like they are turning a few people here. They're getting a few people to sign on. Internet activist group Fight for the Future has been using the page Dems Against the... Oh, here's how the page works. Dems Against the .net to highlight the handful of remaining Democrats who are the only members of their party who have not signed on to the CRA. And online action surrounding the open letter at deadlinefornetneutrality.com have been amplified by celebrities like Tom Morello, Evangeline Lilly, and Base Nectar, along with companies like Tumblr, Etsy, Postmates, and Reddit. The group also deployed a mobile billboard in Washington, D.C. The fight for net neutrality is far from over, but time is running out for members of Congress to make a decision. Do they want to go down in history as the corrupt politicians who rubber stamp the repeal of net neutrality, or will they sign on to the CRA discharge petition and show they're willing to put their constituents' basic rights ahead of their corporate donors? So we need every Democrat, for the CRA to go through, we need every single Democrat, and they need some Republicans too. So it's not looking great. Overall, it's not looking great. They need all the Democrats. They don't even have them. And they need, I believe, 22 Republicans. That's going to be a long shot. Impossible? No. Long shot? Yes. So I encourage you to go to those websites, make your voice heard, make a phone call. Dems Against the .net, deadlinefornetneutrality.com. Go to those websites. Call the people that still have not signed on. Let's at least try to get unanimous support from the Democrats, which we should have without saying. The fact that it's even a challenge is a testament to how corrupt the Democratic Party is. So we'll see what happens here. And keep in mind, the CRA is not the only way to fight for net neutrality. We have some state bills. There's a state bill that passed here in California. We're still fighting it in the courts, but hopefully it goes through and it keeps net neutrality on the books. And in the meantime, this keeps the internet service providers from doing anything drastic in regards to the repeal of net neutrality. And of course, the main way to really end this fight forever is to take the internet out of corporate interests' hands and put it in the people's hands with municipal broadband. And hey, a new year is coming up. If you're thinking, hey, I need a New Year's resolution, I want to take up a cause, try to bring municipal broadband to your neighborhood. I'm trying in mine. I'm still fighting. It hasn't been easy. I haven't been able to dedicate a ton of time to it, but I'm trying to rally people in the city to bring the Institute of Local Self-Reliance to Pasadena, California, where I live, to do an assessment of what it would take for us to get a municipal broadband network, how much it would cost, what it would cost residents. And Charlemont, Massachusetts is doing it. Fort Collins, Colorado's doing it. Longmont, Colorado did it. Sandy, Oregon did it. Chattanooga, Tennessee has been doing it for years. It's a wise community investment. Everybody wins because consumers pay less for internet than people that have allowed Comcast and AT&T to take over, pay less than they do. You get better internet at a better price, and it's an investment for the community too. It brings business into the community. So everybody wins. I know win-wins aren't common, and usually when you say win-win, you're doing business doublespeak, you're doing corporate doublespeak, but that's not the case here. It truly is a win-win by putting the internet in the community's hands and out of the hands of corporate interests. It keeps the money local, it keeps the business local, and if you're a resident, you get great internet at a great price, and you don't have to worry about net neutrality, because net neutrality is going to be in your charter. And I have a playlist dedicated to this cause. You go to youtube.com/Ron Placone, and there is a municipal internet net neutrality playlist that I think is a pretty solid resource to learn more about these issues and how you can start getting involved in your community. I know a lot of you already have, and that's awesome. It's inspiring to me to see the progress you guys have made, because then it gives me the kick in the ass I need to keep fighting in Pasadena. So there's an update for you, but there is 1 day left for the CRA. We'll see what happens.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make